What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So guys, I certainly want you guys to utilize this video to make sure if it's 10,000 or 5,000 or 2,000 or 1,000, you're investing that money to be able to maximize the return that you get on it. The number one thing I would recommend you invest the $10,000 in is an emergency fund. Now, an emergency fund is money that you have set aside that you would utilize in order to continue paying your normal expenses if you were laid off from your job, if you got sick and you could not work. So I think the emergency fund is the best use of that $10,000 because it gives you a peace of mind. You don't want to be in a situation where you lose your job or you get sick and you can't work and you don't have money put away to be able to take care of your basic everyday needs. And that's what an emergency fund would do for you. Now, my recommendation is you put that $10,000 emergency fund money into a FDIC insured bank account at a bank. Now, you're not gonna earn a whole bunch of money on it. You may earn between 1% and 2%, but the key is having that peace of mind and knowing that that money's there just in case you need it or an emergency pops up. And guys, let's face it, things do happen. We do lose our jobs from time to time, or we get sick, or a family member gets sick and we have to stay home and take care of that family member. So please consider that emergency fund as your number one priority. I always tell people the emergency fund first, and then you start saving, investing after that. The number two thing I recommend you do with that $10,000 is pay off any high rate loans, including credit cards, personal loans, auto loans. Let's take credit cards, for example. Normally those interest rates in those credit cards are going to be anywhere from 15 to 25%. Guys, that's a lot of interest that's compounding on a monthly basis. So if you got a $5,000 credit card and it's compounding at 25% interest every month and you're not paying that off, that's just like you losing 25% in the market on your investment. So my recommendation is you would take that $10,000, pay down that $5,000 high rate 25% interest credit card, and then guess what? You've actually made 25% return on your money. The third thing I would do with the $10,000 is I would consider investing that $10,000 in my retirement accounts. Now, the first retirement account I'll talk about is a Roth IRA. The Roth IRA is a after-tax investment vehicle. Here's the neat thing I like about the Roth IRA. All the investment gains on the money that you contribute to a Roth IRA, you can take out at age 59 and a half or later, tax free. There's no income tax you'll have to pay on the investment gain. Remember, you've already paid tax on your initial investment. The second way I would recommend you consider investing in a retirement account is through your company's 401k, if they offer one. The 401k is a pre-taxed investment vehicle. Your company may be in a position to match a certain percentage of the money that you invest in that 401k. Guys, that's free money. The fourth thing I would ask you to invest that $10,000 in is a safe investment vehicle so that you can save up money to be able to invest in income producing assets later on down the road. There are a couple of things that come in mind. Number one would be a certificate of deposit from a bank. It's FDIC insured. They range from 12 months all the way up to 60 months. And they will pay you a guaranteed rate of return for the period of time that you have that certificate of deposit in their bank. For instance, if you decide you want to take that $10,000 and put it in a 12-month certificate of deposit, that could potentially pay you between 1 and 1.5%. Now guys, that's not a lot of money, but keep in mind what the purpose of you saving this money for. You're saving this money so that you can be in a position to be able to invest that money into an income producing asset later on down the road, like real estate. You can also get an FDIC insured savings account from any bank in your local area. Those are going to pay you a lot less than the certificate of deposit. The difference being is, with the certificate of deposit, you're agreeing to a certain period of time you're going to keep that money in that investment. Like we mentioned earlier, 12 months. You agree to keep it in there for 12 months. If you try to take it out early, then they're going to charge you a penalty for taking it out early in a certificate of deposit. Whereas in a savings account, you're going to get a smaller return, probably in that 0.50% to 1% return, but you can take it out anytime you want without penalty. The fifth thing I would recommend you consider putting that $10,000 in is an investment portfolio. Now, an investment portfolio is a taxable investment account. It contains things like index funds, individual stocks. An index fund is a type of mutual fund with a portfolio constructed to match the components of a financial market index like the S&P 500. Index fund is going to have a fund manager, and their responsibility is to make sure that they are investing their clients' money in the most safest and most productive investments out there. It's a great way to invest in the market without you having any knowledge or experience investing. The second thing I would ask you to consider as it relates to the investment portfolio is investing in individual stocks. Now, that's one that's near and dear to my heart because I do that quite a bit. I go out and find companies that are undervalued. I make sure that they're blue chip companies. They have a long history of profitability. They've been in existence for a long time, and they have really strong credit ratings. And then I will buy that undervalued stock. You can get paid from dividends, and you can also have appreciation in the stock price. Number 6 thing I would recommend you consider investing the $10,000 in is real estate. If the $10,000 is all the money that you have to your name, I would recommend you not investing in real estate just yet until you can actually build up a secondary cash reserve. Because remember, you're going to have to put a down payment down in order to purchase a property, and you'll need to find financing. So if you're going to buy a $100,000 property, normally you'll have to put 20% down, which will be $20,000. So the $10,000 wouldn't be enough. But what I would recommend you do is continue to look for real estate, continue to save your money, and when you get to a position where you have 20% to put down and you have a reserve buffer, because let's face it, with real estate investing with these properties, things happen. You know, you may have a leaky roof, you may have to replumb the house, you may have to do new electrical in the house. Things go wrong. So that if it's your last $10,000, I recommend you continue saving with real estate in mind, and then go get pre-approved. That's the number one thing I would ask you to do before you buy real estate. Always go get pre-approved so that you understand exactly how much borrowing power you have before you start looking at properties. Real estate is a great way to build wealth. You can build wealth through the rental income you receive from the property, and you can also build wealth through the appreciation of the property as you hold it over multiple years. Those are my 6 top ways to invest $10,000. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, and give me a thumbs up. It helps the channel and it helps me too. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace. If you want up to 12 free stocks, Webull is going to give you up to 12 free stocks when you open a new Webull brokerage account. Put any amount of money in that brokerage account. They're going to give you up to 12 free stocks for just trying out their brokerage app. There's a link down in the description box of the video. Go click on that Webull link. Open up your new brokerage account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. Today's video is sponsored by my company, RF Financial Consulting. And in my company, I work with individuals just like you through financial mentoring and coaching sessions. And in those 1-hour sessions, we talk about strategies to help you get to your financial freedom, whether it be through real estate investing, stock market investing, creating additional streams of income, credit card arbitrage, or starting and growing a business. If that's something that you might be interested in, there's an email address in the description box of the video. Send me an email and let's discuss if I'm the right fit for you.